Hey everybody, this is Darren Kidd. Thanks for stopping by my channel. On this channel, I give you weekly content to help you go further faster in your network marketing business. I was blessed for 28 years. I was a distributor and I made multiple seven figures, built teams of several 100,000 people all over the world, and personally recruited over 1,000 people. So people hear that success story, but what they don't know is it wasn't always like that. Matter of fact, for 7 solid years, I failed as a distributor and said, I will never do it again. I'm done. And it wasn't until I had the right mentors that came into my life where everything changed. And so that's why our channel will continue to bring you, training every single week to help you really shave years off your learning curve. So if that sounds good to you and you want to get to where you want to be sooner than later, shave years off your learning curve, right? And not have to go through 7 years of struggling like I did, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you, and if this sounds good to you, like the video and let me know that, hey, look, thumbs up, I want to hear more of this content. And then also too, there's a little bell that you can hit where you get notified every time that we put a new video up and when we go live, right? Because again, 28 years of experience in network marketing, I am no longer a distributor in any company. And the reason that I did that, because I knew if I'm going to be speaking and training on platforms and stages all over the world for different companies, then guess what? They're not going to want me in another company, and I don't blame them because, not everyone does the right thing. They may think that you may recruit their people. So I am no longer a distributor after 28 years. But the good news is that you can learn from my 28 years of experience by just plugging into my training content, right? I don't want you to fail for 7 years when I can share with you things to get to where you want to be sooner than later. All right, so as you jump on, please let me know, where you're watching from, whether, what city, what state, what province in Canada, what country. And for those of you that have been waiting since 2 o'clock for me to do this live, guess what? I did a training completely to myself. It was just to me for the first 12 minutes, not realizing because this is the first time that I'm using this software. And I thought that I was live and I wasn't. So I got to practice on myself, right? And that should be a lesson in itself. Like, hey, look, you know what? You're going to make mistakes, but it's okay. You plan, do, review. So the next time I go live using the software, which is tonight on my Facebook page, I will know that there's an extra button that I need to click. All right, so let me say hi to everyone. Then I'm going to give you some exciting news. And this is a live video, and even if you're watching this on replay, I want this to be a very interactive video, training or session, I would say, because I'm going to go back and look at all your comments. So let me just welcome a few people on. We got Lisa. Hey, Lisa, thanks for joining. We got Alicia. Hey, Frank from Pennsylvania. I'll be able to speak here in just a second. Manesh, hopefully I said your name correct. Hey, Lynette and Debbie and Dale from San Antonio. Appreciate everybody joining. Well, listen, let me share with you this real quick. I mean, it's a great time to be working from home. And all of you that are watching this, depending on when you're watching this video, because I know these videos will be watched for several years, whether it's the coronavirus, which what we're dealing with right now, and I think I just got an alert saying they've named it as a worldwide pandemic, right? So we can learn quite a few things from this. One, it's a great time to work from home. And if it's not the coronavirus, it will be another one later on. And it's always good to have something that you work on your job full time, but find a way to work on your fortune part time. And I've got friends of mine. For example, I've got a friend of mine that was co-author of Chicken Soup for the Entrepreneurial Soul. And I remember we were going through, a recession. We were going through wars and different things many years ago. And he goes, Darren, the biggest transfer of wealth happens during a recession, during a depression, during wars, and during things like we're going on right now. I mean, if you look at the stock market here in the US, it has crashed. So, I mean, it's basically going to be a time that you could, and I'm not a stockbroker by any stretch of the imagination, but a lot of money can be made if we're prepared for these times. And if you're not prepared this time, we know it's not a matter of if, it's only a matter of when it happens again. And so people are looking for a way to be able to work from home, to be able to avoid going out in public. And guess what? All of you have solutions to those problems. So it's a great time. It's a $180 billion profession growing every day. It's over 100 million people participating. So you're in the right space. at the right time. And, you know, I've had traditional businesses like franchises, and I may even come on here and do a video just for that. Like, hey, what's the difference in a franchise and network marketing? And I can tell you the pros and the cons of both, right? And so one of the challenges in the network marketing space, and this is why I'm going to do what I'm going to do for each of you, right? One of the challenges is that people don't know what they don't know. You know, they know what they do at their job, but they come into network marketing and they're like, I don't know what to do. And people go, well, treat it like a business. Well, how many of you have never had your own business before network marketing? So when they say treat it like a business, when I hadn't had a traditional business, I was like, that's frustrating because I don't know what you mean when you say treat it like a business. And so it wasn't until I had the right mentors that came in that really things started to explode. But most people don't fail for 7 years like I did in the beginning to get to the millions of dollars like I did, and get to the teams of hundreds of thousands, and personally recruit over 1,000 people, and build my local marketplace to the point where 3 years ago, when I was a distributor, we had 4,000 people at my event, not a company event. My local event was bigger than most companies' conventions. Okay, but again, most people don't go through what I went through to get that far. So my passion, and this is what I'm going to share with you, what I'm going to roll out that's going to help you. My passion, I want to make an impact, a massive impact around the world, knowing that network marketing, direct sales is exploding, but knowing there's a huge hole that needs to be filled. And there's people that want to be helped. They have the desire, they're willing to work, and they're coachable, but they just need someone to show them the way, right? That's what they need. So what I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to give this for all of you that are watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video if this sounds good to you. I'm going to do a free training for you and your team. So if you don't have a team, then this doesn't pertain to you, right? It will later if I do it again another time. And I know some people are like, Darren, you've lost your mind by even offering this, but I got this idea from a friend of mine. He's like, Darren, if you want to make a massive impact, it's going to be 2 months of probably no sleeping, right? But it's going to be worth it because it's going to help you make a big impact extremely fast. And so if you have an organization, if you go to, and I'm going to type this in the comments, darrenkidd.com/survey, okay? darrenkidd.com/survey. Now, I'm probably only going to take, I haven't figured out where I'm going to cut the number off at yet, 50 to 100. So you can imagine how busy I'm going to be if I do 50 to 100 free trainings. So there's 7 short, simple questions. If you go to darrenkidd.com/survey, I just put it in the comments below. Fill that out. Our team will go through it. And as long as you qualify, we will call you back. We'll get back with you and we will get that set up. All right, so let's do this. So darrenkidd.com/survey. That's number 1. I want to help you. By the way, I'm going live on my Facebook page late tonight, which will be, and probably my Periscope too. I'm going to attach them. So it will be over 200,000 people get this same message tonight. And so make sure that you fill out the survey if that's something that you want me to do for you and your organization right away, because I may cut it off tonight, may be the end of that promotion. So here's what I want to talk to you about. If you can answer this in the comments below, because what I want to do for me to help all of you, I need you to help me know where you are in the business. So 28 years in network marketing, I built with no social media, no online branding, recruited hundreds of people, had a lot of success. Then I did the same thing with social media, with online branding. So I have a little different perspective, which I think can benefit a lot of you. But I want to know where you are. So first of all, in the comments, if you can let me know, how long have you been in the network marketing profession? So if you could do that for me, that would be great. How long have you been in network marketing? If you could answer that in the comments, that'd be awesome. Then let's see. If you don't mind, some of you may not want to share this information, but I would love to know, is your organization, less than 25 people or more than 25 people? So if you just want to go, so Tio, I hope I said your name right. You said 3 months. We got 4 months. Lynette says 5 years. Perfect. All right. And so how big is your team? If you want to put that in there, that would be great, Frank. Almost a year. Because what this is going to do, the reason that I'm talking and giving you this, because we're going to develop resources, training, courses, give you new YouTube videos based off of me surveying the audience, the YouTube, the Facebook, and that type of thing. Because what it's going to do, I want to solve your challenges. I want to help you get to where you want to be sooner than later. All right, so we got 15 months, team is more than 25. Lynette, congratulations. T.O., less than 25. Guess what, T.O.? We all start at the exact same place. So the great news is that you're in and you're getting started. All right, so we got 3 months from Germany. All right, Trot. I hope I said that correctly. So let me ask you some questions, and if you can answer these in the comments. So again, little live Q&A, so you can help me and the team go out and develop some things, some resources to help you get to where you want to be. What challenges would you like for me to help you and your organization with? Okay, what are some of the challenges that you and your team are struggling with right now? And I'm going to go through a list, and that way you can, maybe go, yes, prospecting is where I need help. Yes, getting customers is where I need help. So if you comment and put that in comments, we're going to have the team go through and write all of these down, and then we're going to compile them into a list and then develop what you need to help you. What are some of the things you struggle with on a daily basis? What keeps you up at night? What is frustrating you? If you Aaron, if you sat down with me right now, these are the things that I really need help with. So maybe it's prospecting. It could be, hey, where do I find people to talk to? Once I do find people to talk to, I don't know what to say to them, right? I'm struggling with how to do a presentation or how to sell, or maybe I'm struggling with how to follow up. And so once again, you can go back and watch this, click pause and comment. That's okay. Getting customers or recruiting. Maybe it's duplication. I know people that were on my team, they wouldn't listen, they weren't coachable, they did the wrong things, and they would go out and recruit and recruit and recruit, and for a complete decade, one person in particular that I'm thinking of never went into duplication. And I went on to build teams of hundreds of thousands, and everything that I did, you can do. It's just a matter of knowing what to do, right? So duplication, maybe it's time management. All right, so Tio says, how to get a friend to join when they keep thinking it's MLM. Thank you for the feedback. Frank is finding customers. Lynette, how to keep my team motivated. You know what, Lynette, that's a great topic. How to keep them motivated, how to work with your organization, how to know who to work with in your organization, how to drive promotions in your organization. You just gave me some great ideas on some trainings or a course that I could do to help you with how to run your team. It's one thing when you just get started, you need to get customers. And you need to get customer getters. And then you need to get them into duplication. And then how do you keep them motivated, right? And another thing too is that if you really think about it, 80% of our production, or your production, since you're still in as a distributor, 80% of your production comes from brand new people. So that means that if we don't get them started the right way, and we don't get them started fast, they don't stay strong enough long enough to even keep them motivated. You can increase your retention. I was in a group with several hundred 6- and 7-figure earners, and they kind of surveyed this group. And if you just get someone to make $1 in their first, I think it was 6 months, your retention goes from almost nothing to about 70%. That's $1. So, one of the things that people are asking me, Darren, how do I get people started the right way? How do I get them paid and promoted? So that's another thing. Maybe it's time management. How many of you are busy? Like my wife and I, 5 kids. We had 2 franchises when we built our biggest team, which is like having another 40 kids when you have employees. Maybe it's fear or lack of confidence, leadership. It's how to promote to an event. Promotion. Learning the art of promoting is one of the highest paid skills. So promoting and promotion are some of the highest paid skills in the profession of network marketing. You don't have to be a great presenter if you're a great promoter, because you can promote them to look at someone who is a great presenter, whether that's online, whether it's a video, it's a website. So if you learn the art of promotion, or the skills or the skill of learning how to invite to hear a presentation, right? How to be fearless and talk to anyone. All right, good. And recruiting and finding new customers. Okay, just let me know if any of these keep hitting home. Goal setting, accountability. Okay, how many of you would like to have help with online branding, or maybe how to market online with your social media? So if you look, for example, YouTube, I had no YouTube presence whatsoever, none. I went out and hired one of the top 20 YouTubers in Forbes magazine. Like, we may even do a course together and promote on this channel how to use YouTube to grow your business. So even though up until the last few months when I went full-time training, speaking, and coaching, and by the way, if any of you have a company that is looking for a speaker or a trainer and you would like for me to come to your company and let them pay for it, right? Then send them to darrenkid.com, darrenkid.com. And then they can go to the speaking page, download my bio, and we can talk about coming to your next event. So that sounds good to you. And I've even done online events for companies. I've been consulting with certain companies. So that's just a little side note. All right, where was I? Oh, so branding, online marketing, YouTube marketing. Now, if you look, we have, close to 56,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel. You're going to see that grow extremely fast because now we're going to really focus on it. But the great thing about, different social media platforms, if you do the right things, you can attract people to you to build your business, along with the other things that you do to build your business. So let me know if you would like help with, any of that. And social media, if social media is something that you want to learn more of, then let me know what platforms you want me to train on. Is it Facebook? Is it YouTube? Frank says YouTube. Is it TikTok? I got on TikTok a few months ago, just joking around with my kids by doing a few of the right things, put on almost 12,000 followers in a few months, and I just played with it. So I know I'm going to start focusing on it now and really help that explode. AJ from India, thanks for joining. How can I make your team as a very fast mover? How can I create good leaders? All right, thank you for that. YouTube, E.S. Martin. All right, so for those of you that are just coming to, by the way, while the questions are loading, if you can do me a favor, go to darrenkid.com/survey. If you have a team and you would like me to do a free training for you and your organization, it's not a one-on-one training. You have to have a team to qualify for me to do that, but darrenkid.com/survey. And we will go I'll do about 50 trainings, then I'm going to cut it off. So if you want to be one of those 50, go ahead and join. Getting associates to understand the power of this industry. Lynette, that's a great point. I definitely can help you with that. All right, going through some of the questions. How to be fearless and talk to anyone. Finding customers, how to keep my team motivated. Cold prospecting. I can help you with that. I can help you with all of these things. It's just a matter of knowing where to put our focus. Debbie and Dale said they have, in 8 months, they have 65 people on their team. Congratulations. So the great news, Debbie and Dale, if you have a team of 65, you do a few little things and you make sure you're doing the right things, you can grow that to 650, multiply it by 10 at a very short period of time. I mean, you can multiply your team by 10 in half of that time if we do the right things, which we can. All right, so let me see what other questions. Is this a free training? Yes, it is a free training. I am doing a free training for between at least 50 people, right? Because I want to make a major impact. Some of you got on late, but I'll talk about at the beginning. I want to make a major impact, and to do that, I'm willing to do a free training for you and your organization as long as you answer the 7 questions on that survey. You qualify, would you have a team, right? So darrenkid.com/survey, and it costs you nothing, right? It's just a way for me to make a big impact. How do you find leaders to start a strong foundation? Is email marketing still usable? Absolutely. ES. I'm not sure what you go by, but I see ES Martin. Email marketing is still very strong, right? But it's also, there's an art to it. Now, you can't just sit back and just use email to market, but email, there's a lot of things that you can do in addition to the other things that you're doing, right? So if you're doing all the basics and you're using email as one part of it, it's powerful, just like social media. All right, let's see if there's any other questions or comments. So once I stop the live, then what's going to happen, these will disappear. I can get my team to go back and watch the video again and write them down live. And then if you're watching this on replay, please make sure you comment. If there's 1, 2, 3 things that you really want help with you and your organization, what would that be, right? Because we're probably going to set up a webinar in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and it's going to be based on all of your feedback, right? And then we'll set that webinar up, and we'll notify you when we do that. How to follow up after a presentation. And that's huge. Most people, they expose people, they prospect people, they don't follow up, and guess what? People are never going to call you back. Very rarely do they ever call you back. So you want to learn the art of follow up, and you want to have posture where you're not chasing people. So Abdul says as well. I deal with lady prospect at MLM. Gotcha. Fear of presentation. All right, good stuff. Any other questions or comments? And by the way, if you're tonight on Facebook, Paul says just catching the end, but we'll take a look at it later. Okay, sounds good, Paul. Yeah, definitely make sure you go back and watch the beginning so you don't miss that opportunity to get the free training if that's something that you would like to do. Tonight, following up after presentation without coming across as pushy. Abdul, you're exactly right. I hate someone pushing me. Most people hate someone pressuring them and pushing them. So how do you have posture without doing that, without coming across pushy? We think alike. Most people hate somebody that's pushing them or pressuring them, and it doesn't help you. It causes them to run the other way and not communicate with you anymore. All right, so then tonight on my Facebook page, facebook.com, I'm going to go ahead and type that in for you. Here, facebook.com, succeed, can't type, with Darren. Okay, facebook.com, succeed with Darren. So I'm going to give you a second to go ahead and copy that link, but make sure you go, and again, like this page. I mean, if you like this, what I'm getting ready to do, like this video, make sure you subscribe to this channel, and there's a little bell where you'll get notifications every time I go live or we add a new video. Okay, again, I'm going to be doing videos of what you're asking me to do, right? So you want to make sure you get notified and don't miss that information, because knowledge is power. It's potential power once you do something with that. And then Facebook page tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I would love for all of you to support me on that page as well. We'll be going through some of the same similar stuff, but someone may ask a different question and I answer it, and you get some really good value. And you're like, man, I'm glad I joined that. That one thing will help my business. But like that page as well. Is it true talking to everyone within 5 feet is a waste of time? That everyone wants. Okay, Frank, here's what I would say. That is not a waste of time, right? If I listen to people that said that, because there are people that say this, there are trainers that say you absolutely never have to talk to anyone in person ever again. Okay, you do not have to do live events and local events, which, by the way, some of those trainers that have said that in the past are now promoting their travel schedule or they're promoting their local events or things that they're doing, right? So what I would say is now you have social media where you can reach more people, and I can teach you how to do that in 1 week than I used to prospect in 6 months. So I can teach you how to do that online marketing. But on the flip side, while you're out and about, you never know. If you look at it the right way, go, listen, I can't wait to see what new friends I make today. I can't wait to see whose life I can impact today by meeting them, becoming a friend, sharing information, because there are people that are praying for what I have to offer. If you have that right mindset, I've made millions of dollars off of people that I have met out and about. I've met not only a lot of money off of people that I've met out and about, I've made people that are close to me. They're basically my family now. They're not blood relatives. One couple that I met out and about, they named their child after me. Some of my best friends on the planet that I talk to on a weekly basis. So is it a waste of time? Absolutely not. Like, right, if you're doing all the stuff online and you're meeting people out and about every single day, it's about, as you increase your network, you increase your net worth. And so even if when I was a distributor, my mindset was, hey, look, you know what, Frank, even if what I'm doing is not for you, it's okay. I still want to find out more about you, find out, how I can help you. And I've connected them with other people. So maybe what I was doing wasn't for them, but I connected them with other people. And guess what? What you sow, you reap. So me doing a lot of things, just finding out, hey, look, I'm not in it for me. So I'm not just going to try to convince Frank that what I'm doing is for him. If I found out it wasn't for you, I worked on helping you solve your problems, solving your needs, and helping you. It always comes back. Sometimes maybe, Frank, you and I met, what I was doing wasn't for you, but later on, because we kept in touch and we became friends, you introduced me to someone that led me to a top leader, right? That ended up helping me build an organization all over the world. And it all came back. In my last company, I met one guy that I didn't know who really never did a whole lot, but led me to another lady who was a single mom, three children. And then she was making $250,000 within, I think, 2 years in that company. But it came from someone that I met that I didn't know. And even though he did well in the company, he didn't do nearly as well as she did. And then she crushed it. So you know who you know, but you don't know who they know. And so why would we, it's like people that go, and high tech gets them in, but high touch can help keep them in, right? So there's great advantages to both. And then if we get paid based on the value, Lynette, your completed survey would not go through. Do me a favor and email me, Darren@darrenkid.com. And so the other thing too is if we get paid based on the value that we bring to the marketplace, and Frank, that was an amazing question. I'm so glad you asked that. Thank you so much. If we get paid based on the value that we bring to the marketplace, are we more valuable if we can prospect online and offline? Are we more valuable do we have more value if we can prospect and carry on conversations online and offline? Yes. All right. Okay, would love to learn social media. Where can I find that from you? Frank, that's what I'm finding out right now. Okay, so you're telling me that that's something you would love to learn more about social media, how to market online, maybe online branding. So you telling me that will help my team and I put together some resources and trainings and different things to help fill that need. Okay, so you asking that one question is a great help, and I appreciate that. Which book is very important for developing leadership? AJ, anything John Maxwell is my favorite. I would recommend starting with Developing the Leader Within You, which I don't know if you can see behind me somewhere. I've got books everywhere. The bottom floor of my house, in my office, over here, you can't see them. And then I do a lot of stuff through audio. But Developing the Leader Within You is a great place to start with John Maxwell. You can't go wrong with anything when it comes to John Maxwell. Then once you do Developing the Leader Within You, I would do Developing the Leaders Around You, and then you could go from there. But that's a great way to start. Great question, AJ. Thank you. Steven, you're awesome. Thank you, Steven. You can put that in the comments one more time, Steven, if you don't mind. I'm joking. I'm just kidding, right? Somebody else on YouTube the other day said I was just a piece of trash. I'm like, oh, look, it's a hater. Like, I just feel sorry for him. Like, why would you spend your time, go watch my content only to put a negative comment? Like, I feel sorry for him. I really do. I'm like, why would you do that? But I didn't even reply to it. It says the page's server stopped responding. So Lynette, let me know if you can email that to me, and anyone else, if you're having an issue on darrenkid.com/survey, if you want me to do a free training for you and your team, please let me know if you're getting the same thing, because that way, thanks, Steven. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, you're not only awesome, but you're coachable, right? So I'm just typing it in one more time, darrenkid.com/survey. Do you all like me doing this type of thing, maybe like a live Q&A every now and then where we can just kind of communicate back and forth? And it's crazy because before, mentors and coaches, only ones I had were books and tapes and things like that, unless I would drive hours to an event. Now we can jump online. We got people from all over the world, right? All over the world that are jumping on from different countries, and we get to chat for a bit. If friends start mocking what you do, they're facing a problem with friends. You waste your time. I agree. Dogs do not bark at a parked car. I'll end with this piece of advice. If you don't want anyone to talk about you, right? If you don't want anyone to talk about you, don't have anything, do anything, or be anything. Live a life of insignificance, right? You know that you're out there, you're doing the right thing, you're making things happen when people start talking about you. When you put your head above the crowd, they're going to swing at you, right? And when you, so you just know you're on the right track when that starts to happen. I've gotten crazy good at MLM just by watching your videos, Darren. Keep doing the live Q&A. It's a blessing. Thank you so much, Abdul. I appreciate that, my friend. And by the way, I would love if you have a testimonial, if you have watched my trainings, just like Abdul just put, because what we want to do is we want to share those testimonials, right, on my website and different things like that. Plus, it lets me know what helped you. So if my training has impacted you at all, I would love to know in the comments, whether live or on replay. And again, all of these comments delete, but I can go back and watch them and we can screenshot them afterwards. But I would love to know, like, what impacted you? What aha moment did you have from one of my trainings? And so anyway, I appreciate each and every one of you. How to Influence People, Make a Difference in Your World, John Maxwell book. Thank you, Frank. Yeah, like I said, you read anything John Maxwell, you can't go wrong. So thanks everybody for joining, and thank you for your support. And for those that went to darrenkidd.com/survey, I can't wait to look at the surveys and schedule a training for you and your organization so we can get them moving in the right direction. darrenkidd.com. And one last thing, and I'll just do this as a side note, because again, if this is on replay, it may not even be available. Monday night, I'm starting an advanced masterclass where it's just a deeper dig into the different topics. You can go to darrenkidd.com/masterclass. Let me type that. And again, it's more of an investment. It's not for everyone. But if you are looking to, us to get on a live Zoom every single week, do Q&A, different things like that, then that may be for you. But that's just a side note, darrenkidd.com/masterclass. But appreciate everybody. Have a great day. And if you can, Facebook tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern, facebook.com/succeed with Darren. I will be there doing something similar to this. And then, by the way, let me ask your opinion on this. Okay, let me ask your opinion. What would you think about, I don't know if I should tell you or not. It's a big announcement that I'm working on. Okay, should I tell you? Let me know in the comments. Do you want me to give you kind of a heads up on something that I'm working on that could be really big? It would be free for all of you, and it could provide massive value on a weekly basis. Let me know real quick, right? ES says yes. All right, give me some comments. Let me know you're still here. All right. I am looking to start my own TV show. Okay, it will be a TV show that every single week I will broadcast on Facebook and YouTube, multiple platforms at one time. And what I will do, I will be interviewing people that are some really big names, right? Inside of network marketing and outside of network marketing. So it will be a TV show every single week. It will be completely free. It will be me interviewing some people, some big names that you've heard of, from authors, speakers, people that have been on national television, some celebrities. It will be some top network marketers that are out there just crushing it on social media, crushing it in this and crushing it in that, where we can just interview them and find out what's working for them. And I think it will be massive, right? I really do, because some of the names that I'm working on, all of you know, and they could be sharing some of what's taken them their whole life to learn, be sharing with their audience. All right, good. Top network find out what's working for their success. Yes, exactly. Yep. And then guess what? If you have top leaders in your company and you're like, hey, we got our top money earner, or we got someone in our company we'd love for you to interview, then I can get in touch with them and we could set up an interview. Something we all want, Darren. Can you tell me a way to recruit faster? I can help you with that. Yes. Okay. So thank you for putting that in the comments. Again, I recruited over at least 1,000 people in my career, and I could get into any company from scratch, know nothing about it, and I could go be a top recruiter, because it's not me. It is me, as far as it took me 28 years to learn what I've learned, but I went to the best of the best, and I was very coachable, and I took what they taught me, I put it into action, and it worked. And so it's one thing, you may have heard me say this before, and I know we have a lot of new people. It's one thing if you have a combination to a vault that has everything that you want, right? It's not enough to just have the numbers to that combination. You have to know what order to enter the numbers. You can have all the numbers and not know the order, it's useless. So when it comes to recruiting, there's a process. Okay, there's things that you do. And the great thing is, it's something that every single one of you can do. All right, Lynette, success. Everything that I did to recruit like I did, and again, out of several 100,000 people in one company, I was in the top 10. I was in the top 10 retention. I went out and recruited a bunch online, a lot of different things. And again, it's not about me, right? So keep in mind, nothing is new under the sun. Now, the gift that I have that people tell me I have, right? And some people could look at it as an insult. They go, Darren, you can say things in a way that people get it, right? So I don't have a college degree. I'm not so smart that I say words that you don't understand. I've learned from some people that are like that and I have a hard time going, man, can you just talk in a very simple, can you just give it to me very simply, because I can't pick up what you're putting down. So my thing is I know how to take things that are complicated and simplify them. And then I don't mind doing the work. And then I end up refining that. It keeps now it does take a genius to keep things simple. But then what I've done is I've been able to do that. And then I can communicate that in a way that people go, you know what? I get it. I know exactly how to do what you just said. And then they come back to me and they go, oh my gosh, it worked. And I'm like, I told you it worked, because I'm not teaching you from theory. I'm teaching you from what I've been through and physically done for 28 years. And I think that's extremely important. Now, I'm not saying that in everything in life, you've had to go out there and do it to teach someone else. But I will tell you this, it's hard to talk about something you've never done, just like coming back from somewhere you've never been. It's hard to talk about what you don't know, or it's hard. There's a whole other way of saying it, but right now it's not coming to me. See, I told you have to be that smart. But in other words, I've been there and I've done that, and I've failed so many times and done the wrong things that finally I learned what to do right. And so that's why there's nothing that makes me happier. And for those that have known me for a while, and for those of you that have maybe spent time with me as I travel and speak, you know that you can't fake it, right? Eventually your actions speak so loudly, people can't hear what you're saying. So when I say I love motivating, inspiring, and helping people take their life to the next level, or helping people that maybe they've given up on hope, right? And to see that sparkle in their eyes come back and go, oh my gosh, I can have more, be more, and do more, with my God-given potential. That excites me. That drives me. That motivates me. And I want to do that all over the world. Like, I can't wait to travel all over the world as a speaker and a trainer, like I am right now, and a consultant, like changing lives and making a difference. Nothing makes me happier. I built my team and hit my rank from watching your videos. Lynette, that is awesome. If you could email me that too, that would be great. We're going to come back and screenshot some of these. Struggle, Darren, I get too excited and deep, make it complicated. That's okay, Abdul. I mean, that's why it's important to continue to do what you're doing, plug it into the right, the right people and the right trainings to continue to reinforce, to keep it very simple and very duplicatable, because 80% of your production does come from new people. So what does that tell you? The new person, they don't know anything. They're excited, but they don't know anything. And the longer they get in, they start producing, then they know more and produce less. So it's very important to continue to focus on the right things. All right. Okay, everybody. Well, listen, I have got to run. I've got kids that I need to pick up from school. They get out in 10 minutes and I'm 30 minutes away. So what does that tell you? All right. But we will be making an announcement. I'm not saying I'm doing it, but we will be making an announcement if I do that TV show. DarrenKidd.com/survey if you want me to train you and your team, a free training, right? As long as you have a team, we'll work on that. And tonight, Facebook at 8 p.m. And I think that's it. All right, everybody, thanks so much for your time. I've enjoyed just sitting out and hanging out and talking with you. And I can't wait to start developing some of this content to help you with your, what do you think about Instagram DMs? I can help you with that too, Stephen. All right, well, listen, have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you tonight, hopefully on my Facebook page at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care.